Okay, what is going on, everybody? My name is thisguythatgame, and today Tripwire Interactive has released yet another Meet the Zeds trailer. So I'm going to let you guys check that out real quick, and we'll be back to discuss that. Alright, so that was a really cool trailer. So we're going to go at this bit by bit, but first thing I'd like to know is if you saw in the trailer there were no new Zeds whatsoever. So I'm thinking what they're going to do is they have like 2 more specimens to go through and maybe add a couple new more. So maybe in part 3 of this trailer they'll show newer Zeds, maybe like 2 new ones, and you know, the Patriarch, which we have on the screen here, and the Scrake. That's another thing I'd like to know. But we're going to get at this bit by bit, so here we're going to start with the Bloat. As you can see with the Bloat, there's not much new going for it except, you know, HD remodeling and such, and the motion capture of the actor who did so. Obviously, somebody did the acting of the Bloat with the motion, and it looked absolutely amazing. I liked the movement of the Bloat. It looked really cool. But obviously the Bloat is probably going to be the same. He still has his cleaver in his hand, and he probably still pukes on you, and it still probably damages you. I don't know if it's going to do anything new. Maybe it'll be like a boomer type deal. Look, there's the Bloat on the screen right now. But he might do like a boomer kind of deal and, you know, attract more Zeds to you. That'd be kind of cool, but they haven't said anything about any new mechanics such as that. But they said there were going to be newer, what's it called? Mechanics, I guess kind of newer mechanics. I'm just trying to think of words for this, sorry. Kind of newer mechanics, depending on the difficulty you go. Like they said, they saw some things that the Fleshpound did on Hell on Earth that they didn't see on normal, so... But we don't know about that yet. But the Bloat, you know, basically the same. He did his little throw up, and then after that he did a weird, like, jiggly dance. If you didn't see that, it was really weird, but... So the Bloat, not too much changed, but still looked cool nonetheless. It looked like he was in, like, a factory of some sort. There were, like, blood and guts dropping down behind him, so... I guess that might be a map soon. Looks really cool. Next thing to note is the Gorefast. The Gorefast, I don't, like, I've always been, like, kind of iffy on the Gorefast. I like the idea of him, but I always thought it was just mainly a nuisance, and they were really easy to take care of for the most part in the first game, but I guess that was kind of the reason for them to be there, is to be a nuisance more than anything else. But I like the HD remodeling because you could actually, like, it legitimately looked like he was all muscle, and it looked pretty scary. And his little swinging at the floor, kind of like the flesh pounded in the first trailer, that was kind of creepy and scary. And he had blood leaking out of his arm, I think, and out of his mouth. It looked pretty cool. And he had a very creepy scream, and then ran at the screen, and you know, not much happened there. But the next one is the Stalker. Now the Stalker kind of got a, I wouldn't say a major remodeling, but got a, it's noticeably different from the first game. Got a remodeling in it, and it looks like she picked up some epic kung fu dance moves there. And I probably just offended a bunch of people who do kung fu. I've done kung fu before, so don't be offended when I say that. But she got some pretty nice breakdancing skills there, and then she did her little, touch yourself kind of creepy thing, but she definitely looks a bit different. I noticed that she didn't have any hair, or at least I didn't see any hair in that trailer. I may have to watch it again, but she didn't have any hair, so she was kind of bald in that one, and she was more gray than she was kind of white peach tan color. There she is. That's kind of what she looked like, but she didn't have any hair this time, and she was like pretty much gray, and her invisibility looks a little bit better. In the first one, you could probably see him pretty well, but this one, it kind of looks like a mixture of Predator and the first one. Like, if you've ever seen Predator and his cloaking abilities, that's kind of what it looked like to me. So the next specimen that was after that was probably the scariest one, in my opinion, and that is the Husk. As it zoomed up his leg, I thought, I was like, whoa, is that another like variant of a flesh pound? And I was like, oh god, no, that's the Husk. Now he looked straight like out of hell. That thing was terrifying. And the first thing that I kind of noticed was he shot like his cannon in the air immediately, and he did his little awesome, it sounded awesome. His sound file sounded amazing. It sounded fresh. I like it a lot. I'm excited to see that in game when the game releases, and I still have no clue when that releases, but he shot it straight up into the air, and the first fireball that he did in the first I almost said the first two games. In the first game, he did the fireball launch at you. That's kind of what he did in the air. And then he performed a new move, which we had not seen. He did like a flamethrower thing. So I'm thinking now that they have, new mechanics and new engine and such, this may be one of his new attacks is when he gets in close range, he does a flamethrower move that'll probably burn you. Sort of like, I don't think anything did that, no. No, nothing did that in the first game. Except, his fireball attacks did set you on fire, so that's probably his close range attack is his, fire flamethrower, and that'll probably damage you over time as such if it keeps in contact, and eventually the flames will still do damage, and then, they'll dissipate. But long range, he'll still probably do his cannon, which, like I said, the new HD remodelings of all these Zeds look absolutely amazing, and the Husk scared the crap out of me. I loved it. It looked amazing, looked scary, and his sound file was terrifying as well, so that is something I'm definitely looking forward to when the game releases. Now the next and the final one was the Siren. Now the Siren had a bit of a, I don't know, maybe I just didn't notice it, but she kind of had her arms on like kind of like stilts, I guess you would call them. I don't know, I'm bad at thinking up of words, but there was the Siren there. She kind of had her arms like on stilts, and she was like kind of wobbling over, and then her scream was probably my favorite part. It was a reused sound file, but I don't know if that'll be final game footage, or not footage, game sound files. Maybe they'll change it up right before the game releases, but as you can tell, she had the same sound file, but the shockwave looked a bit different, and the shockwave in this one looked epic. I mean, it was really cool. It looked scary. I mean, she looked terrifying, so I'm really excited to see that. I'm just really excited about this game, if you couldn't tell already, but she looked really cool. Now, I have two more things to go over here. The last part, oh man, I was really excited about this trailer because I thought maybe the Scrake would be shown in this, but no, it wasn't whatsoever. So I'm not gonna say I'm disappointed. I mean, they're keeping me in anticipation, so I'm not disappointed. But man, that ending where it was like looking for Scrake footage, and then it skips for a bit, and you're thinking it's about to show, and it's like Scrake footage corrupt. You're like, oh no. So I don't know if they're going to make a third trailer, which I'm really hoping they do, to show off the Scrake and the Patriarch, and maybe two new Zeds. Maybe they'll only show the Scrake and the Patriarch. But what I was thinking they might do is they might not show them until the game is released, or gameplay is released, maybe. But I don't know. I mean, I was really looking forward to the Scrake, but we didn't get the Scrake. So maybe they're keeping us in anticipation because it's going to be, epic looking. It's got a nice remodeling. I don't know what they're going to do besides the chainsaw. Maybe they'll have one that has like 2 chainsaws. That would be nuts. Scrake's already, scary as all hell, but they could probably make it scarier and look more epic. So I don't know about that, but definitely looking forward to a part 3 if there is a part 3, and I am obviously definitely looking forward to the game being released itself. Now, the last thing I'd like to know is when the Killing Floor 2 logo shows up, and it says Killing Floor 2, but there was a noise in the background. Now, I may be an idiot or something, but to me, it sounded like a plane. Now, I don't know what this means. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe they'll have like a sort of like an escape, like Left 4 Dead 2 and Left 4 Dead in general did at the end of the missions. Maybe they'll have something like that where you have to get to like a plane or a jet or something like that, and you got to get on there and escape. I don't know. I really don't. So I guess all in due time we'll see this, but so I'm just really excited. I don't know how to explain it. I'm also running out of breath. It's really hot in my room right now. There's no fan on because it messes with the mic, but for now, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If we can get as many views and likes that this one than like the first one did, I would greatly appreciate it. Please share with all your friends who like Killing Floor. I mean, sorry that you have to look at a splash screen, but I mean, this is just a discussion. I can't really show gameplay or anything like that, so as for now, I guess I'll talk to you guys later. I'll be back here for any new footage that comes out, any updates, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see those. I have some older videos if you want to check them out, and I will see you guys at a later time. Adios.